Hello, my name is Josh, and this is my awful attempt at making a podcast. So, for this podcast, we are going to be sitting through as I discuss a few key components in a kitchen design that I designed. Um, we'll go through and make sure we see all the safety features and everything. The picture on the slide before, look like that. Um, as you can see, receiving comes in through the back door. All goods, chemicals, and everything will come in right through the back door. Um, the freezer door is right there, so frozen goods can go in first without going through the restaurant to get anything on them or get any contaminants or put any contaminants anywhere. The mop room and storage facility will be right next to the door, so all of the chemicals and everything would go right in there. Chemicals wouldn't have to go through any food prep areas, any storage prep areas, anything like that. It wouldn't go through any of those cooking preparation areas at all. It would be right there as it comes in and stops. Um, Dry storage is also right there in the back. Everything is kept up off the floor 6 inches to allow adequate ventilation and also to help get so you can sweep and clean it, keep all the debris and everything, and monitor for insects and all of those kinds of things. The floor is going to be non-porous, probably a quarry tile for those areas because it's going to be high traffic and they're really really durable. Now they're not impact resistant as much, but to eliminate those kinds of things you would just team lift types of stuff, dolly a lot of things, not carry anything of heavy weights where if you dropped it the impact would destroy floor tiles. The walls the way would probably be like a vinyl sheet, easy to clean, wipe down, just a white. uh, Candles would be 50-foot candles in those areas for lighting. um, Also, in that area on the other side of the room would be where the baker's table, your food prep table would be. Both of those tabletops would be like a hardwood, so there would have to be some cleaning schedules and types of things in place to make sure that those are clean and sanitary and they don't harbor any bacteria or any contaminants in on those surfaces. And then the sink would be next to those, and then obviously the dishwasher for ultra sanitation purposes. Hand sinks will be throughout the area. Basically, a hand sink needs to be almost right when you enter any area so that you could wash your hands before you do anything. So there would be hot and cold water at each location, trash cans, that are properly monitored to make sure they're empty and not overflowing, paper towels to dry off hands, proper soap, also maybe some hand sanitizer. Some people like to do that. Maybe an air dryer instead of paper towels. Also, that would be the same type of quarry tile on the floor, and then probably vinyl sheeting on the sides of the walls as well. The ceiling will probably be one of those acoustic drop ceilings so that you can have adequate ventilation, where people don't see it, and you can have fans and ducking and everything, and it would be all proper over there. And then there would be like a separation wall, and on the other side of like where the baker's table would be, you'd have your oven, your flat top, your grill, your fryers. All of that is in a second area. So all that is basically your food preparation area. So you really, when you're receiving all of your product, your cold storage, your frozen product, your dry storage, everything that comes into the restaurant or into the kitchen area never passes through this area ever. Nothing. You don't take nothing off the truck, come through this area at all because it goes straight into the storage areas. As you can see on the little diagram, they would go right into their proper areas without having to come through this area to do any kind of cross contamination. Um, let's see what else. Yeah, in the dry storage area and the fruit prep area would be 50-foot candles, lumens for the lighting to make sure there's adequate lighting to see and make sure that all areas are clean and processed. Um, I'm really not sure what else I'm supposed to do for this podcast. This is really awkward and weird for me. So, yes, there's lots of hand sinks throughout my location. Like I said, you should be able to wash and sanitize your hands whenever you move in and out of a location, whether it be the employee break room, the dry storage area where your sinks and your food prep areas are. I mean, in between the walk-ins, also right in that, as you come into the food assembly area where your food prep is done, where it's put up in the heated window for the waiters and waitresses to pick up and take to customers. Um, all of the areas that are going to have lots of what I would call high traffic would be like, the areas that are right in front of the sink, right in front of your flat top grills. All of those would have ergonomic, like rubber mats that were easily like taken out back, and you could hose off and scrub with soap and brushes, kind of like a deck, but you could remove it. Um, yeah, and that's it. Thank you for watching, whoever watches. If you watch it, this is really late, so I'm not sure if anybody will watch it. Thanks, Chef. Um, I'll see you later.